One of my favorite kinds of movies are small crime films that nobody else cares about. That like they're not big, don't have big stars all the time, but they just have really cool plots. And there are a lot of them, and every now and again, especially when I do the all access things where people can come on and ask you questions, every now and again somebody will ask me like, what is a good book that nobody knows about? And I just freeze up. I just, all of the ideas go out of my head and I can never remember, because there are all these books that I've read that I think people should read that they don't, all these movies I've seen that I think people should see that they don't. And, and I just thought I would take the time to remind myself of what some of the films that I really love, and especially these small crime films. One is called Obsession. It was made in 1949. It's a British film, and it was released in America as The Hidden Room. And no one has seen this movie but me. And I've seen it like 3 times. I really, really like it. And it's directed by Edward Dmytryk, I believe he's pronounced. He was a noir director who won a nomination for Best Director for Crossfire, which was a film, I believe, against anti-Semitism after the war. He was named, he was a leftist. In those days, leftists like Jews, and was named as one of the Hollywood 10. So he was a famous director, but this is one of his more obscure little films that stars a British actor that I really like called Robert Newton. It's simply that Robert Newton is a wealthy London psychiatrist, and he realizes that his faithless wife is having an affair with an American, and he decides he's going to commit the perfect crime and kill him basically in plain sight. And he takes out a gun, explains that he knows that this guy has been doing his wife, and he tells him what he's going to do. Here's that scene.
Well, now, to sum up the situation, you, Bill, want to tell me something that I know already, and you, Storm, won't let him. Nobody knows what to do. Nobody, that is, except me. I knew what I was going to do yesterday, and the day before that. And every day, right back to the first time you both met. At that cocktail party, remember? Yes. I saw you and Storm laughing and chatting together, and to my long experienced eye flashed the familiar message. Storm's under full sail again. The calm has lifted. You see, I had decided what to do with the next one before you even met my wife. And you, Bill, are the next one. Yes. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to kill you.
That's great. He puts down the gun and she's looking at the gun. There's a really well done suspense. There is a scene with a dog in a bathtub that is a tremendously suspenseful scene. Really, really entertaining. Your online activity isn't private. Data brokers track everything you do online, your browsing, shopping habits, and even your beliefs. And in the U.S., they can legally sell this information. Companies buy this data to target you with ads. Social media platforms use it to control what content you see. And during elections, it's used to influence your vote. To protect your privacy and maintain your autonomy online, you should be using ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN routes all your online activity through secure, encrypted servers, making it impossible for your internet provider to see what you're doing online. That means you can browse without feeling like someone's watching over your shoulder all the time. It also hides your IP address, the unique number that identifies you online and allows data brokers to build and sell profiles about you. Without access to your IP or activity data, these companies have nothing to work with. I am the least paranoid person I know, and still, I love ExpressVPN. It's remarkably simple to use. You can put it on all your devices, just one click, turns it on, and you can use it on up to 8 devices simultaneously. Find out how you can get 4 months free by scanning the QR code on screen, clicking the link in the description box below, or by going to expressvpn.com/Andrew Klavan Show. Another film, I'm going in chronological order, 1986, At Close Range. Again, no one's ever heard of this. The cast of this thing is great. A bunch of young actors: Sean Penn, Christopher Walken, Mary Stuart Masterson, Crispin Glover, Chris Penn, and even Kiefer Sutherland is in it, and David Stratham. So it's just like absolutely terrific actors. Sean Penn is so good in this that it is, I can't describe it. Like I know we're not supposed to like him because of his political views. Just a great actor. And you can see in this film his debt to Paul Newman. He must obviously, like, he even walks like Paul Newman in it, because his is a really young film. And it's a story of a small town gangster and his son, and the gangster is slowly drawing his son into the business. And Christopher Walken plays the gangster, and Sean Penn is the guy who is the kid who has a girlfriend now and wants to break away. And this is a scene between them as Christopher Walken tries to keep him from leaving.
I thought you were like me. I thought you wanted something. Car. Nice girl sitting in your lap. Money in your pocket.
You said I could go out on the side, right?
You scared?
I got something else.
Something or somebody?
Yeah. Terry and I are getting out of here.
Where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do when you get where you go?
I got some ideas.
How are you gonna pay? Apartment, food, clothes, all that.
I'll find something.
You find all you know is how to steal. You're too f***ing dumb to do that by yourself.
Oh, you think so?
I know so. You come back, crawling back to my daddy down to give me something.
Well, we'll see.
And that pain in Penn's eyes is just great as he's trying to break away from this guy. He's obviously his dad. He, half admires him, half hates him. It's just really good stuff. Directed by James Foley, who directed Glengarry Glen Ross. I had lunch with Foley once. He was a really nice guy, really interesting guy. He wound up doing those 50 Shades of Grey films, I think, but this is really a top-notch film at close range. Last one is The Bank Job, and Jason Statham is probably, I'm a big action fan, love action movies. Jason Statham is probably my favorite action star. His movies are almost all the same. Those action movies, he's a working guy, but he's got some kind of wild training, so he's got these amazing skills. And somebody gets done wrong, and he goes and does them right. Before he got into that business, he was actually a really good actor. And in this, he plays a guy running a car repair shop, who's in debt to the mob, and they basically get him to do a bank job because a compromising picture of one of the royal family is in a vault in the bank. And so they get this guy who's desperate to go in and break into the bank, and it's really good. Here is the scene where the mobsters come to his car shop and start pounding, breaking the cars. Two guys come in and start breaking the cars as punishment for the fact that Jason Statham hasn't paid his debt.
What are you trying to do to me, eh? I've got Jessel's money. The problem is he's tied up in these cars and you wankers want to trash the lot of them.
Mr. Jessel doesn't care about your inventory. Mr. Jessel wants to know when he's getting paid.
Any day, I swear, Perky. Oh,
What did you call me?
I called you Perky. Everyone calls you Perky and him Pinky.
Pinky and Perky?
Yeah.
They're f***ing cartoon pigs on the telly. What, people call us that behind our backs?
Well, they're not going to say it to your face, are they?
Well, you just bloody did.
Yeah, well, you got me rattled. You're very intimidating.
It's really good stuff. It's funny. It's almost satirical. It's almost like walking above the drama, but it's really exciting and has a terrific male-female relationship in it that really works, and just great stuff. What I love in almost everything, and the reason I love Shakespeare so much, is I love fast-moving stories that still contain great character relationships, and it doesn't have to be ideas, doesn't have to be philosophical ideas, but it has to be a sort of spiritual approach to life, like an idea of what life is about. Let's put it that way. It has to have some idea of what life is about. And crime dramas are excellent for that. They are just really good because the tension is built in, the plotting has to be really tight, and yet you can have characters in real situations that are painful, like the situation between a father and a son, or a man and a woman when the man is doing something wrong and she wants him to get out, and just really interesting things. things in Obsession, that whole kind of sophisticated world in which I'm going to kill you. I'm going to commit the perfect murder because I'm so brilliant. And you have to match wits with this guy. Really, really good stuff. There are a lot of other ones. I don't want to mention Shock to the System because I wrote it and I don't want to plug myself, but Shock to the System, Michael Caine, is available on YouTube, but I don't want to talk about that. For more great content, like and subscribe, and also subscribe to The Andrew Klavan Show wherever you get your podcast.